Full script with markers. Must be 1,200 plus words. Midnight Hook. 3 months ago, Sarah had no idea that AI would change her life forever. But little did she know, her life was about to take a dramatic turn. 0:30 setup. Sarah Johnson, a 35-year-old graphic designer from San Francisco, had been married to Mark for 7 years. They lived in a cozy apartment near Golden Gate Park, and their life seemed perfect on the surface. Mark worked as a software engineer at a tech startup, and they both loved their jobs. But beneath the veneer of happiness, something was amiss. 1 o'clock, new development. It started with small things. Mark coming home late from work more often, his distant behavior during dinner, and the way he'd quickly hide his phone
whenever Sarah walked into the room. Sarah tried to brush off these signs, telling herself it was just stress from work. But deep down, she knew something wasn't right. 1:30 new visual. One evening, while Mark was taking a shower, Sarah noticed a second phone tucked away in his jacket pocket. Curiosity piqued. She picked it up and saw a message from someone named AI Assistant. Confused, she decided to investigate further. 2 o'clock, rising action. As Sarah delved deeper into the phone, she discovered a series of messages between Mark and an AI assistant named Ava. It turned out that Mark had been using Ava to manage a schedule, respond to emails, and even plan dates with other women. Sarah felt a wave of shock and betrayal wash over her. How did he do this? 2:30 new question. But Sarah wasn't one to back down easily. She decided to use the AI against it. With a bit of research, she found a way to hack into Ava's system and manipulate its responses. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how she used AI to get her revenge. 3 o'clock complications. Here's where it gets interesting. Sarah started by sending fake messages from Ava to Mark's coworkers, making it seem like he was slacking off at work. Soon enough, Mark's boss called him into the office for a stern talking to. Mark was baffled, but couldn't figure out what was going wrong. 3:30 new twist. Then, Sarah took it a step further. She programmed Ava to send romantic messages to Mark's ex-girlfriend, setting up a fake date. When Mark showed up, he was met with a very surprised and angry ex. The situation escalated quickly, and Mark found himself in a heated argument, trying to explain the mix-up. 4 o'clock complications. But the real surprise is coming. As if things weren't complicated enough, Sarah discovered that Mark had also been using another AI assistant named Leo for financial transactions. This AI had been transferring money from their joint account to a mysterious offshore account. Sarah was furious. Not only was Mark cheating on her, but he was also stealing from their future. 4:30 new mystery. Determined to expose Mark's deceit, Sarah hacked into Leo's system as well. She set up a series of automated transfers that drained Mark's personal accounts and left him with nothing. When Mark realized what was happening, he was devastated. He had no idea how Sarah had managed to pull off such a complex scheme. 5 o'clock climax. But the real turning point came when Sarah confronted Mark with all the evidence. She showed him the messages from Ava and the financial records from Leo. Mark was speechless. He had no way to deny his actions. Sarah stood tall, feeling a sense of satisfaction, knowing that justice was being served. 5:30 new twist. But what she didn't know was that Mark had one last trick up his sleeve. He revealed that he had been working on a top secret project at his startup, which could revolutionize the tech industry. If Sarah went public with the betrayal, it would ruin his career and potentially cost him millions. 6 o'clock climax. Sarah was faced with a difficult decision. Should she prioritize her revenge or think about the bigger picture? After much contemplation, she decided to give Mark a chance to make amends. She told him that if he stopped his deceitful ways and focused on their relationship, she would keep the secret. 6:30 new question. But the real question is, can Mark truly change his ways? Only time will tell. For now, Sarah has taken control of the situation and ensured that Mark understands the consequences of his actions. 7 o'clock resolution. In the end, Sarah's genius use of AI not only exposed Mark's
betrayal, but also gave him a chance to redeem himself. Their relationship may never be the same, but they have a newfound respect for each other. And Sarah learned a valuable lesson about trust and technology. 7:30 subscribe, CTA. If you enjoyed this story, hit subscribe. We post stories like this every day, and you don't want to miss the next. We dive deep into the world of betrayal and revenge, bringing you the most dramatic and unexpected twists. 7:50 in, subscribe, CTA. Subscribe and hit the bell. We drop new niche content every single day. The next story is even crazy. If you like this, watch our next video on a business partner scam that goes horribly wrong. 8 o'clock session time. And remember, justice always finds a way.